Okay, so it's recording. So someone start reading it.
Neat. Okay, so we had chapters 7.1 to 7.2, and we're just going to get started. When trying to find a house, determine if your lifestyle can afford it. Determine how close you want to live by your work, how long you plan to stay in one place, and how much privacy you want.
All right. If you don't buy your own house, you won't have any tax advantages like you would if you bought one. And buying a larger property for less money means it might need work.
Renting a property is better for young adults because it's cheaper, more mobility and less commitment. When you're renting a house, you might have limited freedoms, such as like rules set by the landlord and stuff.
When renting, you are a tenant. If you own the property, you are a landlord. Most people who rent live in apartments. Security deposit. Money paid to the landlord to cover property damages. Renter's insurance covers the loss of tenant's personal property as a result of damage and theft.
Yay. We're all done.
Alright, so we had Chapter 7, Section 3, which is about buying and selling a house. So it goes over the different steps to buying and selling a house, and it starts off by weighing benefits and drawbacks of buying a full-on house. Some benefits are the stability and permanence of a house, tax deductions. The value can rise over time, and you have more freedom when you actually own the property than if you just rent. Some drawbacks are it's a giant financial risk, biggest purchase you'll really ever make. Has high loan payments, and the value could decline depending on the market. And if you do want to move, selling and finding a new house can be a long process, stressful process. There are different types of housing. The single family house is a separate lot and with a lawn. It's the most common house in America. There's the multi-unit, which is basically just townhomes and duplexes, so just houses for families that are joined together in the same building. Condominiums are kind of like apartments and stuff that are just you buy instead of rent. Cooperative housing is just a building full of units owned by a nonprofit organization, and you just make payments towards rent. And then there's prefabricated houses, which are just mass-produced parts that are assembled on site, and mobile homes, which are just mobile homes. So you have to determine the affordability and needs of each house. So you have to look at your income and expenses to find out how much you are capable of paying on a house, and how much you'll be able to save up for a down payment. You have to look at the size and quality. The ideal would be big enough for needs and good condition. But when you're just buying your first house, you may not be able to get that right off the bat. So that's why there's trading up, which is where your income can increase over the course of your career. You can sell your old house and upgrade to a better, more comfortable one. Find and evaluate a property. This is just, looking on the market. You select a location. If you want to live in the city, suburbs, or rural area, a good way to do this is to hire a real estate agent. They arrange the purchase and sale of houses, and they have a lot of information about each, lot. And when you finally have a good home that you are thinking about buying, you should conduct a home inspection by a certified inspector. Make sure that everything checks out, and it is a quality house. You're not going to lose money. And then you price the property. You can basically look at the market, what houses in the area have sold for, how much you're willing to pay, like the owner's condition if they want to sell it quickly, and you can determine the opening price you want to start at, your opening offer, and then from there you can negotiate the price with the owner to try and get it below original asking price, but eventually you have to agree on the price before you can buy it. And
so it is always important to evaluate the costs involved in purchasing property, including determining the amount of down payment. And another important method is qualifying for a mortgage, which is a long-term loan extended to someone who buys property. And if you fail to repay the mortgage, the lender can foreclose or take possession of the property. So the three types of mortgage is amortization, which is the reduction of a loan balance, and the second one is fixed rate mortgage, which has a fixed interest rate and a fixed schedule of payments. And the third one is adjustable rate mortgage, which has an interest rate that increases or decreases during the life of a loan. And so the final step in the home buying process is the closing, which is a meeting of the seller, the buyer, and the lender of funds to complete the transaction. And so the seller and buyer must also pay a number of fees and charges, which are closing costs.
All right, motor vehicle insurance. That was the section that we had. So the bodily injury or coverage, there's three sections to that. So there's bodily injury liability, which is kind of just a payment or just an insurance that you pay every month for any bodily harm to happen in an accident, medical payments, or payments to a hospital. And uninsured motorist protection is hit and run or a driver who does not have insurance.
Alright, property damage coverages. There are three sections to this. There are the property damage liability, whoever's liable to the collision. Collision, I suppose, yeah. And then comprehensive physical damage. This is physical damage to the car, yes? Alright. And then there is 100, 300, and 50. 100 is the limit to one person in an accident, for that is physical damage. 300,000 limit that will be paid to all persons in an accident, anybody who was involved. $50,000 limit for payment for damage to property of others.
Alright. So, I guess, what to think about when getting coverage. Legal concerns. If you don't like how much the court decides on, you have to pay. You can get liability insurance, which pays the same amount, but less, but over time. Property value. What to think about when you're looking for a vehicle. Making sure you're not getting one that you can't pay for in the future. Vehicle type. Make sure to check out the year of the vehicle and the model and how much you're looking to pay for repairs, and check your rating territory, which is basically how much you'll have to spend where you live or where you're keeping your vehicle.
Okay, so this is chapter 14.3 and 4. So disability income is set to protect against loss of income, and it provides regular cash income when an employee is unable to work. It protects earnings and most valuable resources and varies from insurer to insurer.
Okay, liability insurance trade-offs. Waiting or elimination period is a 1 to 6 month wait before you can begin collecting. Duration of benefits is a period when benefits will be paid. You should look for a policy that pays for life. Amount of benefits, you want to aim for 70 to 80% of take-home pay. There's also accident and sickness coverage, Guaranteed renewability. Look for a plan that guarantees coverage as long as you continue your payments.
Okay. Life insurance is a contract with a company that you pay a premium to periodically, and in return, the company pays a death benefit to your beneficiary. And there's two different kinds. There's a term insurance, which is temporary life insurance that provides insurance for a specified period of time, like 1, 5, 10, or 20 years, or up to age 70. And whole life insurance is permanent policy for your whole life, so you have insurance for your whole life.
Other types of insurance policies, group life insurance. Group life insurance is a variation of term insurance. It covers a large number of people under a single policy. And credit life insurance. Credit life insurance pays off debts such as auto loans or mortgages in the event that you die before they are paid in full.
Hi, this is Thomas, and I will help you with health insurance and financial planning. Huzzah! In order to know what health insurance is, you got to know what the Blue Cross and the Blue Shield is. The Blue Cross? The Blue Cross is an insurance company that provides hospital care benefits. And the Blue Shield is an insurance company that provides benefits for surgical and medical services. Wow, that's pretty neat. Let's do the switch.
So,
Okay.
okay.
What do you have to say about private and government plans?
Right there.
Right there.
Private and gov. I don't read.
Government
Plans.
There we go.
H was
And the PPO and the POS. There we go. So
piece of potato. Oh, don't hit that.
I didn't hit it. This is a serious documentary.
The HMO is a health insurance plan that directly employs or contracts with selected or pre-approved physicians and other medical professionals
I agree.
to do the thing for a fixed, prepaid, monthly thing. I can't read that. The PP. Oh.
Oh. The PP.
Oh.
And
now-
this is
oh,
how
no,
we
look
get an
at our
F in
cheat
this
paper.
class.
It's a group of doctors that and hospitals that agree to provide specific medical services to members at prearranged fees.
Whoa.
Yeah,
That's pretty
and
nifty.
The POS
Giggle.
combines both features of those things.
So it combines the HMO and PPO?
Yeah, the honey munches
Wow.
of oats and the PP. Oh. And it's both of them.
That's pretty amazing.
Yay!
And now the whole class knows that we're idiots.
All done.
We did it. You can't go over.
Homeowners insurance for property damage covers injuries, protection for your residence. Personal property. Additional property insurance that covers damage for loss or a specific item of high value. Medical payments coverage covers minor accidental injuries and injuries to visitors on your property. Covers members of your family away from home. Actual cash value. The payment you receive is based on the replacement cost of an item minus depreciation. The loss of value of an item over time.
Home insurance policies are available in several forms. The forms provide different kinds of coverage, but some forms aren't available in all areas. There are 6 types of home insurance policy forms: HO1, HO2, HO3, HO4, HO5, and HO6. HO1 protects us from things like fire, lightning, hailstorms, explosions, smoke, theft, vandalism, volcano eruptions, riots, and more. HO2 protects us, gives us coverage from falling objects and damage from snow, ice, or sleet. HO3 covers all basic and broad forms of risk plus any risks except those specifically excluded. HL4 protects us from personal property and renters against risks listed in policy. HL5 expands on HL3 and it includes endorsements for replacement costs, coverage on contents, and guaranteed replacement cost coverage on buildings. HL6 protects personal property and any additions or improvements made to the living space. This includes bookshelf, wallpaper, carpeting, electronic fixtures, and more.
Location of home. It affects of your insurance by which your state you live in can affect your higher tax rate. Type of structure could be the structure of metal, wood, or brick, on which costs more.